Hello and welcome to the Webcast for Tuesday, May 5th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Cloudy skies remain the theme this morning as a cutoff low continues to slowly make its way through the region. Expect another day of mostly cloudy conditions out there again today. We have some showers around as well, and we've seen Southern California get in on the action a little more last night and into this morning. The shower activity we do have remaining, though, is pretty light and hit or miss, and that's going to be the theme today. We will continue to have scattered showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm around, but they're going to be pretty sparse in coverage and strongly favor the foothill and mountain areas, especially by this afternoon. In terms of rainfall amounts, most of the rain with this storm has already fallen, with only light and spotty additional amounts to come after this morning. Here are some observed rainfall amounts for the past 3 days. Overall, it's been a pretty well-behaved storm relative to forecast expectations. Not a big storm by any means, but any moisture you can bank this time of year is beneficial. We saw about a 1/4 inch to an inch of rain in many foothill and mountain areas, but some areas did come in with a 1/10 of an inch or less of rainfall. Otherwise, temperatures today will be similar to yesterday and still well below normal for this time of year. Valley highs will be only in the 60s, with only mid-40s to mid-50s across the lower mountains. Humidity will remain high, and gusty onshore flow will continue as well. Southwest to northwest winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts to 40 miles per hour will surface across the mountain ridges and desert passes through tonight. The forecast for later this week remains on track as well, and we still have big changes in store following this cool and damp start to the month. A weak ridge of high pressure will begin building in from the Pacific on Wednesday, and that ridge will start to become stronger and centered directly overhead of California by this weekend and into early next week, ushering in a much warmer and drier pattern. High temperatures on Wednesday will return closer to seasonal normals. Humidity will start to lower, but still remain pretty high for the most part, and winds will become light. The warming will really accelerate from Thursday through the upcoming weekend. Take a look at the forecast highs by Saturday, with upper 80s and 90s becoming widespread across the valley areas. And the heat will likely peak towards Sunday or Monday. Here's an early look at Monday's forecast highs with mid-90s to triple digits in the valley areas, 70s and 80s in the mountains, and the low desert well into the triple digits. From there, it does look as though a slow but steady cooling trend will take hold further into next week, though temperatures will likely remain above normal. Minimum humidity will drop to mainly between 15 and 30% away from the drier deserts Thursday through early next week, with areas of fair to poor recoveries and active thermal belts becoming more prevalent, especially by this weekend. And we still have high confidence that winds will be light during this heat event, with local and terrain effects generally dominating and the prevailing general flow remaining lightly onshore overall. Here's a look at ERC trends across the region. This is an average for the South Ops area as a whole, but most of our PSAs are on pretty similar trends right now. We've moved pretty well below normal on ERCs on account of the recent cool and wet pattern. It'll take a bit of time to recover outside of the finer fuels, but we'll see significant declines in dead fuel moistures and a sharp increase in ERC by late this week and especially early next week. In the live fuels, the upcoming hot pattern will likely accelerate or reinitiate curing trends in the low to mid-elevation brush, while providing a boost for higher elevation fuels to continue moving out of dormancy and towards a more robust growing state. The potential for large fire will remain very low today due to the cool and showery conditions, and even by tomorrow, potential will still be quite low as we'll only be just starting to dry back out. However, fire potential will steadily increase from late this week through early next week as fuels dry back out and the hot, dry weather pattern develops. While most non-grass fuel types are still not conducive to significant fire activity, we should expect a sizable and sustained increase in initial attack activity by late this week and especially into early next week, with a large grass-dominated fire becoming very much possible on any day from Thursday through early next week. We may see some increasing receptivity in the heavier dead fuels and maybe even some of the brush by early next week as well, likely eventually pushing our area-wide large fire probability into the moderate category. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. Next one will be on Wednesday, May 6th.